started school at St. Joseph Catholic School, which was extremely small. My graduating class was only 11 people. I was extremely shy, and that kind of stuck with me all the way through school. After St. Joe Catholic School, I went to Garrett Middle School, followed by Garrett High School, which, as you can see, has been rebuilt since I went there. At these schools, I never really got along with the teachers. There was Mrs. Kaufman, Mrs. Baker, Mrs. Wolf, and several others who really had an impact on my decision to be a teacher. That being that I didn't want to teach at all. I really thought that I wanted to go into the Air Force and be a cadet and fly planes, but that didn't really turn out so well. Then my sophomore year of high school, I ended up having the teacher. You know, the kind that always inspires you and tries to encourage you to do your absolute best and always give 1% more, just always give a little bit more. Her name was Mrs. Bockelman, or is still Mrs. Bockelman, seeing as she is still living. She used to assign these things called novel projects, in which we would have to read a novel and then choose a project from a list that she provided. My friend and I decided that for one project, we wanted to do an interpretive dance together, which is something that had never really been done before. Mrs. Bockelman was rightfully skeptical. I mean, all of the interpretive dances that students had done before were always kind of a joke. After much wheedling and whining, Mrs. Bockelman finally allowed my best friend and I to perform our interpretive dance. It ended up being one of the most gratifying moments of our high school careers, and honestly, I wouldn't have changed it for a thing. Mrs. Bockelman was thoroughly impressed, as were the rest of the class. I think that we managed to restore some of her trust in students and their management of responsibility. Overall, the creative freedom that she allowed us in that class was definitely part of my best learning experience. In fact, due to this learning experience, Mrs. Bockelman was eventually the one who convinced me to try teaching, and I love it.